everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. I am absolutely pumped to have you here today. You know, if you're a developer, or honestly, even just someone who's super fascinated by how creators organize their digital lives, you know that the tools we use are just as crucial as the code we write. Today, we're going to look at something that's incredibly fundamental, yet kind of often overlooked, and that's the interface that guides a developer's daily journey. We're going to examine the literal UI text and the structure of the Google Developer Program dashboard. Now, at first glance, you might just see, menus and buttons. But if we look a little closer, this interface actually serves as a literal and a philosophical roadmap for career and project growth. So we're going to decode exactly what this specific architecture tells us about modern development. Okay, let's dive right into this. Right at the very top of the program's landing experience, we are greeted with this phrase, "Build the future." Now, this isn't just your standard passive website header, right? It's an aspirational, active call to action. Literally, before you click a single tool or read a single line of documentation, the platform is setting this massive expectation. It's framing the dashboard not just as some utility closet for your coding tools, but as an actual launchpad for innovation. It's the driving vision behind every single menu and feature we're about to explore. So, here is our agenda for today. First up, building the future. Then, navigating the developer dashboard. Growing your expertise, the power of collections, and finally, managing and curating content. All right, let's jump right in. Section 1. Building the future, the program's core vision. This right here defines the absolute core value proposition of the entire platform. It describes the Google Developer Program as a way to manage your workflow, access tools, and track project deployments from a single dashboard. Now, the absolutely crucial point here is that word right at the end, single. Think about the typical developer experience today. It's incredibly fragmented, isn't it? I mean, you've got one tab open for deployment, another one for your code libraries, another for community forums, and yet another for project management. The vision here is all about consolidation. It's about taking those highly fragmented, honestly stressful tasks and bringing them into one centralized, unified location just to give you your focus back. Moving on to Section 2, navigating the developer dashboard, your central hub. When we look at the core navigation menu, we see 5 distinct areas. For You, Discover, Communities, Learning, and My Profile. And I really want you to stop and look at these for a second. These aren't just random menu links thrown onto a web page. No, these are the fundamental pillars of a developer's daily digital life. For You is what gives you that perfectly curated, personalized workflow. Discover? Well, that's your gateway to finding brand new tools and inspiration. Communities is there to connect you to your peers, which completely breaks that feeling of isolation you can get while coding. Then there's Learning, which is a dedicated space just for upskilling. And finally, My Profile, which serves as your professional identity. The platform is literally structuring your entire journey around personalization, exploration, connection, education, and identity. It's pretty cool when you think about it. Which brings us to Section 3, growing your expertise, beyond the code. The source text explicitly states, grow your expertise in career with guided training and support from Google Communities. Now, that is a really bold promise. It's directly connecting those learning and communities navigation tabs we just talked about to your real-world career advancement. The dashboard isn't just sitting there tracking your project deployments, it is actively attempting to track and assist in your own personal human development. It provides the guided training you need to get sharper and the community's support to make absolutely sure you aren't doing it alone. It's really a much more holistic approach to the whole developer's journey. All right, Section 4, the power of collections, structuring your knowledge. So when you find an incredible resource over in that Discover tab, you're going to want to save it using the Create Collection feature. But I want you to notice the specific mechanics the UI actually forces on you here. Step 1, input a title, but guess what? You only have 50 characters. Step 2, input a description, but you're strictly capped at 250 characters. Then, Step 3, save or cancel. Now, the crucial thing to understand is that these strict character limits, they aren't an accident. They are literally a forced exercise in concise, efficient organization. You can't just write a whole novel explaining why you saved a specific coding tutorial. You have to be precise. You have to distill the exact core value of that resource into just a few words so that future you can instantly recognize why on earth it's in your collection in the first place. It is workflow optimization built directly into the text fields. And our final section, Section 5, managing and curating content, refining your tools. As you grow as a developer, your needs are naturally going to change. And because of that, you have to continually curate your saved knowledge. And I want you to look at how the gravity of curation is reflected right through the system's own dialogue prompts. On one hand, we have this prompt, remove from collection. Are you sure you want to remove this page from the collection? This is a micro adjustment. You are basically pruning a single leaf, just one page that's no longer serving you. But on the other hand, we have a much heavier prompt, remove collection. Are you sure you want to remove this collection? This is macro curation. You are dropping an entire category of tools or knowledge. The interface is literally forcing a moment of pause here. It's asking you to reflect on what information is still relevant to your current projects and what just needs to be completely cleared out so you can maintain that clean, centralized workflow we talked about at the very beginning.
Which brings us to our final thought for today. Every single time you curate your workspace, the system stops and asks you, are you sure? Now, sure, it's a simple safety prompt to prevent accidental clicks, but in the context of our explainer today, I think it asks a much deeper question of us. Are you sure you're optimizing your learning? Are you sure you're really utilizing the communities available to you? The Google Developer Program provides the architecture, the single dashboard, the discovery tools, those strict collection limits, but you are the one who has to bring the intent. So I'm going to leave you with this. Knowing the absolute power of a streamlined, well-curated workflow, how are you going to organize your tools to build the future today? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy building out there.